On the official site for the anime adaptation of I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, the first promotional video for the project was revealed. The video confirms that the premiere is scheduled for the spring 2025 period, and lists new voice cast members. Streaming service Hulu has confirmed that Dragon Ball Daima will conclude with its 20th episode, scheduled to air on February 28, 2025. This revelation came as part of Hulu's recent schedule announcement for February, which lists the final episode as Dragon Ball Daima Finale. In the most recent issue of monthly comic Yuri Heim magazine, it was announced that the manga Wataten will end in 3 chapters. The work reaches its conclusion after more than 8.5 years since its serialization began in November 2016. The author commented on the matter, Comic Yuri Heim magazine launch day. This issue features Wataten. An angel flew down to me, but there is also an important announcement. The story will come to an end in the April issue. After reading this month's chapter, there will only be 3 more chapters left. Thanks for the support until the end. The collaboration between McDonald's and Neon Genesis Evangelion has caused a furor among fans, with the release of the first edition of the exclusive McDonald's Times Evangelion Value Set Figures transformable figure set. However, the project has been marred by a growing resale problem on platforms such as Mercury, where prices have reached up to 4 times their original value. The set, which is officially priced at 3,900 yen, approximately $26, includes 3 transformable figures: Big Mac Unit 01, McFries Unit 02, and McShake Unit 00. These figures represent iconic McDonald's products that transform into mecha inspired by the famous EVAs from the series. However, it's not all celebration. Since before the delivery date, January 20th, the figures are already appearing on resale platforms such as Mercury, reaching prices between 12,000 and 20,000 yen, $82 to $137, much more than the original cost. The worrying thing is that some resellers are posting the product without having it physically in their hands, using promotional images or screenshots of lottery confirmations. On the official site for the anime adaptation of DanMachi, the new broadcast schedule for the remaining 4 episodes of the 5th season was announced. The release listed that episodes 12 to 15 will air according to the following dates: Episode 12, February 7th, streaming, /February 13th, television. Episode 13, February 7th, streaming, /February 20th, television. Episode 14, February 26th, streaming, /February 27th, television. Episode 15, March 5th, streaming, /March 6th, television. It has been announced that the book, Alice in Wonderland, will be made into an animated film for the first time in Japan. Titled Fushigi no Kuni de Alice to Dive in Wonderland - the work will be released next August 29th in theaters. In this new adaptation, the protagonist will not be Alice, but Lise, a young girl from the modern era who accidentally ends up in Wonderland. There she meets Alice, setting off on an adventure that promises charm, reflection, and fun. The cast includes Nanoka Hara as Lise and child actress Maika Pugh as Alice. On the official site for the All Noah .0 anime, the production of a compilation movie was announced, which will include an additional episode titled Episode 24.5, Fragment of Rain, The Penultimate Truth, and is scheduled for release on February 28, 2025 in theaters in Japan. Production company Toei revealed during a press conference that the Girls Band Cry franchise will have 2 compilation films to be released this year in theaters in Japan. The arrival of Hatsune Miku to Fortnite has revolutionized the community of players and fans of the popular video game. According to data from the Fortnite.gg site, where users can vote for their favorite skins, Hatsune Miku's skin has been crowned the most popular in the game, surpassing iconic collaborations such as Kong, Lara Croft, and even Mechagodzilla. With an 82.97% approval rating, the Japanese virtual diva has proven that her cultural impact knows no boundaries. On the official site for the anime adaptation of Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon, a promotional video for the next film in the franchise was revealed. This film will be titled Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon. A lonely dragon wants to be loved and will adapt the well-known Kana Kamui's arc, with its release scheduled for June 27, 2025 in theaters in Japan. On the official site for the anime adaptation of Kanojo, Okarashimasu, a new visual for the 4th season of the project was revealed. The release listed that the premiere is scheduled for the summer 2025 period and will have a duration of 2 cours, albeit with a break in between. In a recent press release, Tanari Animation Studios announced its definitive closure after 4 years of operations. The company's CEO, Jarrett Martin, explained that the decision was made after a thorough analysis and indicated key factors that led to this outcome: the devaluation of the Japanese yen, increased competition, referring to other studios selling their services at lower prices, the reduction of their market share, referring to fewer business opportunities, and the lack of partnerships to sustain their operations. A new promotional image for the upcoming Lycoris Recoil short episode project, to be titled Lycoris Recoil, Friends Are Thieves of Time, was revealed during a special event. The release did not reveal a premiere date, but listed production details for each of these shorts. Recently, Toshio Seiko, creator of the manga Usogui, became the center of attention after responding forcefully to a fan's query about piracy of his work, generating both outrage and support on social media. This week, Twitter user Ryuzen0 posed a question to Seiko about piracy in regions where Usogui is not commercially available. I understand that you put a lot of effort into your work, but what if in another country you don't get the rights to publish Usogui and I want to read it? Is it a bad thing to enjoy your manga that way? Seiko's response was blunt. Don't read it. Are you an idiot? The reaction on social media was swift. Many Usogui fans called Seiko's response condescending and rude. On the other hand, several users argued that it is unfair to condemn those who do not have legitimate access to a work. Usogi Lover 47 commented, "Just publish Usogui and Batuki in English, and most of the foreigners you block on Twitter will buy it because Usogui is awesome." Meanwhile, the case of Seiko and Usogui highlights a crucial question: is piracy a necessary evil in a world where not all works are available to everyone? The answer seems to depend as much on the cultural perspective as on the legal and economic constraints faced by creators and consumers alike. After the publication of the most recent chapter of Dandadan, author Yukinobu Tatsu listed that the manga series will be suspended until next February 24th. This means a pause in serialization of more than a month, something relatively common within this franchise, as it went through a similar suspension at the end of 2024. Production company Kakao Entertainment officially confirmed that Chugong and Dubu's solo leveling franchise will be adapted into a live-action series. Although the statement did not reveal production details, the company confirmed that it is involved in planning, developing and, mainly, writing the scripts. In the past, DNC Webtoon's creative director Hyun Kwok had revealed that a live-action project of the franchise was in development, but this is the first time it has been officially confirmed. Colorful Stage. The movie, A Miku Who Can't Sing, is a new movie featuring Hatsune Miku, the virtual diva from Vocaloid. Some consider this to be Miku's first time starring in an anime, and this is true considering that most of her previous appearances in anime have simply been in an incidental role. Perhaps the fact that this is the first time we have had Hatsune Miku in a starring role is the reason that the movie, released last weekend in late Japan, easily surpassed 300 million yen in revenue through more than 23 million viewers. With this, it achieved the top spot in average theatrical grosses during its first weekend. Last weekend, the Jashinchan Dropkick on My Devil franchise surprised with the news that there would be a major announcement that would even feature a live broadcast with the production team for its reveal. This did not take long to raise expectations, especially from those fans who have been patiently waiting for the fourth season of the anime adaptation. The announcement was indeed related to the anime adaptation, but it was not exactly focused on Jashinchan Dropkick. In fact, it was to announce the intention to produce a sequel to Zunda Horizon, a short film released during the 2017 Young Animator Training Project. The announcement was also the opening of a fundraising campaign to pay for the production of this sequel, with a goal of 24 million yen, over $150,000. Japan's largest publisher, Kadokawa, now boosted by Sony's investment, has announced an ambitious goal to increase its annual output of original works, i.e. volumes of light novels and manga, books in general, to 9,000 titles by fiscal 2027. And no, they don't mean to reach this sum among all the properties they have created throughout their history, but to launch 9,000 new books every year. The number is a significant jump from their previous goal of 7,000 books per year, which they now plan to reach 2 years earlier, in 2025. It is clear that Kadokawa is looking to capitalize on Sony's financial backing and global infrastructure to distribute its light novels, manga, and other publications worldwide. In the most recent edition of Weekly Shonen Jump magazine, the final chapter of the manga mission, Yozakura Family, was published, after a serialization of almost 6 years. The work reached its conclusion with a total of 258 chapters, and will publish its final volume next March 4th in Japan, closing with 29 compilation volumes. A press release announced that the video game Guilty Gear Strive will be getting an anime adaptation titled Guilty Gear Strive: Dual Rulers. The release listed production details and confirmed that the premiere is scheduled for the spring 2025 season in Japan. Malaysian cosplayer Renachu, known for her interpretation interpretations of anime and video game characters, recently shared a video of her visit to France, specifically while touring the iconic Seine River. In the video, while sporting a cosplay of the character Yotsuba Nakano from Gotoba no Hanayome, she expressed her surprise and disgust at the strong smell emanating from the water. Amidst nervous laughter and surprise, she commented, "What the hell, people swam here for the Olympics. Oh my god, my nose. How stinky." The well-known artist H. Maplestar has updated his followers on his upcoming projects, making it clear that 2025 will start with a lot of activity for him. Among the most anticipated releases are the animations of High School DxD and Dandadan, two franchises that have generated great demand among his fans. In addition, Maplestar has confirmed that Dandadan will be expanded into a longer work, a decision made after receiving multiple requests from fans. Over the course of 2024, the anime industry underwent a series of changes that reflect its growing global relevance. With a market that has grown sixfold in the last decade, Japanese companies are accelerating their participation in this booming industry. This growth has led to intense competition for leadership, marking a decline in the influence of platforms such as Netflix and a rise of traditional and emerging players. The year 2024 was particularly notable for a significant increase in mergers and acquisitions within the sector. Companies such as Bandai Namco Holdings, Toho, and Kadokawa acquired major animation studios responsible for big hits such as Blue Lock, Dandadan, and Ashi no Ko. These acquisitions have not been limited to Japan. Toho surprised the global market by acquiring Kids, an animation film distributor in the United States, strengthening its position in the North American market. A few years ago, platforms such as Netflix and Disney Plus seemed to dominate anime distribution, investing in exclusive projects and generating fears about a possible westernization of content. However, the reality has changed. Failures in original titles and a growing preference for acquiring distribution rights to major franchises such as One Piece or Naruto have reduced the ambition of these platforms to produce exclusive content. This has brought traditional Japanese production models back into the limelight. Technology companies such as DMM and CyberAgent have also entered the anime market with force. With significant investments in studios and production, these companies are capitalizing on their expertise in technology and digital innovation to develop new distribution and monetization models. New studios such as CUE and CA-SOA have been created, adding to their efforts to consolidate themselves as relevant players in anime production. With production budgets that can exceed billions of yen per series, anime has become an industry that requires massive resources and the ability to take risks. This has concentrated power in large corporations such as Sony and Bandai Namco, but has also opened the door for the entry of new players seeking to redefine the rules of the game. A recent study conducted by the marriage introduction service company Onet in Japan revealed that the percentage of 20-year-olds with experience of romantic relationships and a desire to marry has reached its lowest level in the last decade. This phenomenon could be related to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which coincided with the beginning of the high school stage for this group. According to the survey results, only 53.7% of respondents reported having had experience in romantic relationships, the lowest figure recorded in the last 10 years. When broken down by gender, 53.5% of men reported having had romantic relationships, similar to the previous year, 53.1%. However, women experienced a sharp decrease, from 70.2% last year to 53.8% this year. Bloomberg sources report that the U.S. Federal Trade Commission has been investigating HoYoverse, the Western brand of MiHoYo, since at least last summer. The agency is examining the gacha system of the Genshin Impact game. According to the publication, the FTC suspects the developers of Genshin Impact of misleading players about the cost of obtaining 5-star characters. The game makes it difficult to determine the actual cost of in-game currency used for in-character banner drawings, which could lead users to spend money impulsively. The FTC and HoYoverse are said to be close to resolving the dispute. Under the terms of the upcoming settlement, HoYoverse is expected to compensate U.S. players who attempted to obtain characters through the gacha system, in addition to paying a $20 million fine. The specific amounts of compensation are not yet known. The H industry is full of surprises. Most of the artists, it is said, are women, and this was again demonstrated when Chasia, a well-known illustrator of H-themed anime girls, revealed that she had been a ballet dancer in the past. The artist shared this revelation via Twitter, showing her days as a ballet dancer next to a current image of her working in her studio while drawing H illustrations. In recent years, remakes of classic anime have gained popularity, targeting mainly a middle-aged audience, rather than focusing exclusively on children or youth audiences. With the declining child population in Japan, It makes sense that studios are looking to captivate the nostalgic ones who grew up with these stories. But in a recent Girls Channel forum discussion titled Mixed Opinions on Anime Remakes reflected the mixed emotions generated by these productions. For example, about the remake of Ranma, one user expressed, "While I'm glad that almost all of the original cast is returning, the visual style seems out of place to me, which leaves me with mixed feelings. The change in character design and art direction are often the most criticized points. While it is difficult to exactly replicate the style and essence of the original productions, especially when the creative teams are no longer the same, these differences are often divisive among fans." That's all for today. Which of these news stories surprised you the most? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and if you have any news you'd like us to cover, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the little bell so YouTube will notify you when we upload new videos. Thanks for joining us, and remember, every week we have more of the best anime for you. See you in the next video. Bye.